All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this because Tom Homan just absolutely went off, pretty much saying, hey, we're going to get these illegals out of here. We are still coming to Chicago, even though we know the governor and the mayor there is still trying to stop President Trump and Tom Homan for sending in the national troops. But of course, President Trump and Tom Homan is not going for that. And not only that, President Trump just went off on a reporter. I think it was outside the White House, because you already know they love asking them misleading questions, trying to get them gotcha moments so they can run back to CNN and MSNBC, you know what I'm saying, with those sound bites. That's what they want. They want them sound bites and them gotcha moments. But President Trump was not going for that at all. I definitely got to bring y'all this. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support, and shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I really appreciate everybody that do that, because it definitely helps get the video out there. Just like the video from yesterday, y'all watched more than 13 minutes of the last video, and I really appreciate it. So thank you all to the one that always watches the entire video, and the one comes straight in and hit that like button. Very important. Definitely helps out as well. And let's go ahead and dive straight into this, y'all. So you can see right here by Eric Dawg. He said Tom Homan announces ICE worksite raids will continue and slams employers for using illegals as indentured servants to undermine American workers. ICE is doubling down. And this is, like I said, Tom Homan just not playing around at all.
So should we expect action in Chicago this week?
Absolutely. You can expect action in most sanctuary cities across the country. President Trump's prioritized sanctuary cities because sanctuary cities knowingly release illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day. That's where the problem is. We don't have that problem in Florida, where every sheriff and chief works for us, right? Or Texas. So we got to send additional resources to the problem areas, which are sanctuary cities.
Governor Pritzker says Illinois has not received any notification about any enforcement action from the White House. Will you be coordinating with them about an operation of this size in Chicago?
Governor Pritzker's been notified from day one. Again, I went there and started an operation right after the inauguration. ICE agents have been flooding the zone in Chicago for a while now. So he's aware of what's going on. I mean,
yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. But of course, we see what old Pritzker and his clone trying to do is pretty much trying to stop Tom Homan and Donald Trump. Pretty much because they can't get the job done. J.B. Pritzker, they just can't get the job done there. Crime is through the roof, but yet they trying to have protests and stuff to try to stop the national troops from coming there. And Donald Trump said he ain't going for it. We coming there whether y'all like it or not. That's exactly what he said.
He knows we've been there. We were there last week. We were there the week before. Now, again, we're going to send additional resources to all sanctuary cities, but this isn't new to him. He knows we've been there, and he's failed to work with us. The Mayor Johnson has failed to work with us. Again, to this day, a significant public safety threat gets locked into a jail in Illinois, in Chicago, Cook County Jail, one of the most target-rich environments for criminal illegal aliens. And we drop a detainer and say, hey, this guy's illegally in the United States. You have custody of him. When you're done with him, call us and we'll come and get him. Let us deal with our enforcing our law. And they simply ignore it and release him to the streets. And what happens then, when you release a public safety threat back into the public, it makes the community unsafe. It makes it unsafe for our agents. Have to go into the community and try to find somebody now in his turf who has access to who knows what weapons. It makes it unsafe for the illegal alien, because anything can happen on a street arrest. Give us the public safety threat and the safety and security of a county jail. Makes it safer for everybody.
There you go, Tom.
Refuse to do that.
How many National Guard troops will be sent into Chicago this week, if that's what's happening this week?
That's law enforcement sensitive information. I'm not going to tell you that.
So there was a...
Now look at that. Now he's trying to sneak that in there, trying to how many is going to be there? Then next you know, here goes CNN making another video. Tom Homan said Donald Trump is going to send 12,000 national troops. See, that's what that was waiting on. I told you, they always try these gotcha moments, but President Trump, Tom Homan, the entire Trump administration is not stupid. They know exactly what these clowns on CNN is trying to do. They want gotcha moments. They want to try to hurry up and get some out of you. It's not going to happen.
Another ICE operation, pretty sizable. ICE detained nearly 500 people in a massive raid at a Hyundai plant in Georgia. According to ICE, most of those arrested were South Korean nationals, all of them, according to ICE, living in the United States illegally. Are we going to see more large-scale raids on businesses where so many employees are not in the country illegally, even if they haven't committed violent crime? And what more can you tell us about the Hyundai raid?
The short answer is yes. We're going to do more worksite enforcement operations because, number one, it's a crime to enter this country legally. Number two, it's a crime to know.
Man, you already tried to say if they ain't done nothing wrong. Done something wrong is they already in the country illegally. That's bad in itself. That one was supposed to be here. I tell you the truth, man.
Hire an illegal alien, and these companies that hire illegal aliens, they undercut the competition that's paying U.S. citizen salaries. Look, no one hires an illegal alien on the goodness of their heart. They hire them because they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut the competition that hires U.S. citizen employees. They drive wages down. And I know this for a fact, my own personal experience of having a roof replaced. I had to call 5 different companies before I had a company that guaranteed me a legal workforce. I talked to one company, just a father and son, who laid off 20 citizen employees because they couldn't win a bid. Because the competition were bidding a lot less for a job because they're paying their employees a lot less to work because they're illegally in the United States. The part of the reason we have the most secure border in history of the nation today is because of, the great work of President Trump and his leadership, the men and women of the Border Patrol who are doing a great job, but it's also showing the whole world that there are consequences. What ICE is doing every day on these operations and this worksite enforcement operation also helps us give a secure border, because those who are thinking about coming to the United States illegally knows that this administration is applying consequences. That's a part of the reason we have the most secure border. So yes, you're going to see a lot more worksite enforcement operations.
Republican Senator Rand Paul.
And there you go right here. Salute to Tom Homan, man. He just does a great job. He didn't stop there because, like I said right here by Eric Dawes, said just then, Tom Homan goes off. And let's see what else he said.
Look, I think it's worth being taken out of context. If I said we're going to war with the criminal cartels. We're going to war with illegal aliens, public safety threats, that citizens that committed armed robberies, that distribute narcotics that kill Americans. We're at war with the criminal cartels, and Governor Pritzker protects illegal alien public.
That's exactly what he do. Pritzker does protect these illegal aliens. That's the reason why one reason he's trying to stop President Trump from coming to Chicago. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
Safety threats every day in that state, along with Mayor Johnson. We proved that. The first week of the administration, I went to Chicago. I started an operation there. The first day, we arrested 9, most of them. We arrested 9 members of TDA. Several of those TDA members had a pistol, an illegal pistol with a switch on it, which makes that pistol fully automatic. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that had a homicide conviction. That was the first day in Chicago. So, President Trump and this administration, we're at war with the criminal cartels and those who want to murder the American citizen.
And there you go right there. So you can tell everything Tom Homan is saying is definitely right, So, of course, they're going to try to twist his words around, but at the same time, Tom Homan went to CNN, went to Fox News. Like, he was not slowing down today. The man has been working. And that's why we enjoy Tom Homan. He is great at what he's doing, and he sticks to what he's saying he's going to do. When he say, hey, we're going to get these illegal aliens up out of here, we're going to get them. We're coming to Chicago, whether they like it or not. So, there you go right there. And another one by Eric Dawes said, Tom Homan announced they will prosecute the people who are funding paid left-wing agitators nationwide. And we know, first off, who is funding a lot of these protests, and that is George Soros. And he definitely needs to be arrested because President Trump was thinking about hitting him with RICO charges because of what George Soros has been doing with all these paid protests, and we know he's the one doing it.
Those who are funding these operations, those who fund the weapons that are being used. So and they'll be held accountable too and held to the highest standards of the law. They will be prosecuted too. Look, here's what people need to understand. ICE is enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. They're appropriated funding to enforce these laws. If you don't like what ICE does, then go protest Congress, because we're not making this stuff up. And what's most insulting, you got members of Congress comparing ICE to Nazis and terrorists.
That's crazy.
Well, if they're racist for enforcing the law. What's that make them? They wrote the law. So Congress, members of Congress, everyone that wants to attack ICE are disgusting. They're an embarrassment to the position they hold.
Yep.
They're members of Congress. If they don't like what ICE is doing, then do your job and legislate. Until then, President Trump and the men and women of ICE are going to continue to prioritize public safety threats and national security threats and make this country safer every day.
And I appreciate that. Salute to Tom Homan. Now, this right here was just so amazing because a lot of times when you see ICE and stuff like that, you will see these protesters attacking them and stuff like that. But yet, this is a patriot that was outside the ICE detention center pretty much thanking the federal agents. I mean, just look at this. It's a patriot is outside an ICE detention center in Chicago, thanking the federal agents and declaring, if you actively partake in an invasion of this country, take this as a notice. Your time will come and you will leave. He is a legend, man. Check this out.
Thank you for your service.
Pledge your allegiance to this nation. Your loyalty should be to the United States. If you do not have love for this nation, you do not have loyalty for this nation, then that's a disgrace. You should bleed red, white, and blue and be a proud American patriot every day, all day.
That's amazing.
I was over here yesterday.
If you see the federal agent, they talking to him because they appreciate what he's saying. Because like I said, normally you will see protesters trying to throw sandwiches and throw all type of items at him. But yet this guy's a patron. He's just talking to him, pretty much thanking them from being there.
So I'm here to stand up for the American rights and the American values. We have agents that are being threatened with violence. They're being threatened to be killed, assaulted, and they're threatening to harm them. And I saw that yesterday, and I thought it was absolutely disgusting. I thought it was time for me to stand up and defend the agents who are protecting this nation from criminals who are bringing in drugs, and they're bringing gangs, they're bringing assaults and murders. If you're here illegally and you murder somebody, assault somebody, bring in drugs, you should be deported immediately.
Exactly.
You have no right to this land. And if you're actively engaging in an invasion of this country, put this as notice. Your time is coming, and you will leave.
That's amazing.
Good morning. How are you doing? Good yourself? Outstanding.
That's amazing. That right there was amazing, man. Salute to that patriot. Salute to that guy right there for doing that. Now, here's where we get to where President Trump absolutely just put this reporter in her place. Because like I said, it's always those gotcha questions. Talking about asking President Trump, is he ready to go to war with Chicago? He ain't trying to go to war with Chicago. He's trying to clean up the streets. And she's already coming there twisting words around to make it seem like he's trying to go to war. Because like I said, they trying to get them sound bites, trying to get them gotcha moments. But President Trump was not having it. So they say, oh my God, President Trump just put a reporter in her place. Check it out.
You say that, darling, that's fake news.
Well, why would you the Department of Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
You heard what he said. That's not war. That's common sense. Pretty much told her, hey, shut up. Because she's just constantly just running off at the mouth, just with lies. You up here looking at the president telling him, is you ready to go to war with Chicago? That was just crazy. And that's why President Trump just got mad. And I totally agree with why he got mad. And not only this, to say President Trump just slammed the fake news for lying about crime in Chicago. Of course, they're going to do that all the time.
Why? Let me ask you. Yeah. Really higher than Chicago? You're not. Excuse me. Do you know how many people were killed in Chicago last weekend? 8. You know how many people were killed in Chicago the week before? 7. You know how many people were wounded? 74 people were wounded. You think there's worse than that? I don't think so.
And there go President Trump right there, man. Like I said, he just going off on a reporter because this is what they do. They, like I said before, they trying to get sound bites, trying to run with stuff, run with lies that the woke media put in their ears. And, of course, they come to the White House and try to spew it to President Trump, and he's not going at all for any of that crap. So like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. I will keep y'all up to date as more information comes out. Like I said, once again, salute to Tom Homan, man. Tom Homan has been doing a great job. Of course, the left hates his guts because he gets the job done. That's one thing about the Democrats. They don't like somebody that gets the job done right. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't do it. So like I said, salute to Tom Homan, salute to President Trump. Like I said, I will keep y'all up to date. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with your notifications turned on. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.